name's Sandy Hampson. I just want to tell you a little bit about my walk with Jesus. Just tell you a little bit about myself. I'm married, happily married to Pete. I've been married 42 years, got 2 children, a boy and a girl, and we've got 4 absolutely gorgeous grandchildren. I'm a retired social worker. And we are very much hands-on grandparents and absolutely love it. I'm one of 6 children. I'm the oldest of 6 children, and I was brought up in a very busy, I suppose dysfunctional household really, with good parents but an absolutely exceptionally amazing mum. Which I came to realise this as I got older, and hence the job I used to do as a social worker. I vaguely remember going to Sunday school, but nothing more than that. There's been lots of big life events obviously have happened to me over my life, and particularly over my married life, but 2 major things that have really impacted on my life, and one is my son and the other is my mum. In 2009, 2010, my son, let's just say he made some bad choices, he made some wrong decisions, and I know this now was the start of an horrendous time for both Pete and I. In fact, it probably lasted about 3 years or so. My mum went to a different church. She was a very godly woman. She went to a different church and she was always trying to get me involved. She'd even given me a Bible. And I used to think, I don't need Jesus. Now I found myself in a situation I'd no control over. You know how it is with your children, the love you feel, it's unconditional. I love my son, but I really didn't like him very much. I picked up the Bible that my mum had given to me. She'd given it to me a long time ago, and it was collecting dust, if I'm honest with you. I flicked through it and the page was open on Proverbs, and what jumped out at me was Proverbs 15:13, which is, a happy heart makes the face cheerful, but heartache crushes the spirit. And I remember thinking, that's just how I feel, it's just how I feel. And somehow, reading that in the Bible, it made me feel safer. And like there was an understanding somewhere. That's all I had at that moment in time. I started going to church with my mum, and very quickly I did the Alpha course, and I was baptised a few months later, which was absolutely incredible. Things were going from bad to worse with my son, but we were coping. I was coping, but of course I now know I wasn't coping in my own strength. Sadly and very suddenly, less than a year later, I lost my mum. Even though I knew where she'd gone and where she is now, I was lost, totally lost. After the funeral, I went to church once, but the pain was unbearable. And that's when I walked through the doors of Kings. Again, my Bible spoke to me, took me to the Psalms, Psalm 119, 105, which says, your word is a lamp to my feet and a light for my path. I absolutely knew I was being guided. Hence me saying earlier, I ended up at King's by default. In fact, I don't know if I did say that earlier, but I did end up at King's by default. I'll be honest, I didn't really want to be here. I felt it wasn't my choice. I didn't know anybody, and I felt everybody knew each other. Pete came with me a few times, which helped, but I was lost, and I know it was grief. Anyway, almost 10 years later, I'm still here. Met some fabulous people and made many friends. I've done my many courses, which I highly recommend, and I'm involved with different things in church. My daughter attends a different church, and I'm still praying for Pete to come to church. My son is in church, a different church, and he goes every week with his boys and is involved with church life. God is so good. I just wanted to also say to anyone who is listening, if you are on your own, please make that decision. Just walk through them doors. It doesn't matter what you've been through, there's always a warm welcome, and there's a free brew as well on Jesus. So now I can honestly say King's is my home, with amazing pastors and amazing teaching. I am King's. God bless.